안녕하세요, 여러분. Hallyu Reviews.
Hey y'all, I'm Shammer and I'm here with my girl Sabrina, and we are Hallyu Reviews. Two Americans who are swept up in the Korean wave as it reaches across the globe, and we love all Korean music. We're reacting to Anyone's Ugly, the official MV.
And this feels really poignant because we were talking about some reactions to reviews earlier and
Oh
the
my gosh, we were
idea of
just talking
like,
about visuals.
we're talking about visuals and beauty standards. And I know the beauty standards are different for, say, South Korea than they are for the US. It's difficult to compare different races because of skeletal mass. I remember when we took a lot of heat for Baby Monster with like the YG president and how things were done. And all I could think of, well, I had a few things that popped in my head, but I was remembering this interview that I read about CL responding to YG and their standards on looks.
Some rumors, well, actually, it's not
It's
rumors
not
because it's
rumors,
straight
but
from
she,
CL.
yeah, straight out of her mouth. I mean,
JK.
she said that the president of YG watched their rehearsal. She said, yes, he came to a concert rehearsal once. When we do a rehearsal, we don't put on any makeup. He looked from afar into the screen and said, ah, they're really ugly in front of all of the staff. I was a bit disappointed.
And unfortunately, it's not the only time that they've heard that. But it says nonetheless, they were regarded as ugly because their body sizes were not cookie cutter sizes Koreans were used to. Their legs were a good inches shorter, their waists were slightly larger, they didn't have dove like eyes, and their faces weren't tiny. I remember when they first debuted, my close friends said they were ugly and wouldn't go far. But in 2012, the New York Times voted their performance at the Prudential Center in New Jersey as one of the best concerts of 2012. To Anyone was not braced with warmth. They weren't like a majority of girl groups where they make their big breaks with booty shorts and submissive choreography. It seemed as if it was them against the world. Nonetheless, it's clear that To Anyone is saying screw you. They won't stand for what society sets before them. Ugly is a loaded word, and To Anyone understands the full backstory.
We reacted to, what was it, Daesung and Sungyeon, maybe, from Winter?
From Winter. I know it was from
Yeah.
Winter.
And they performed Ugly and they changed some of the lyrics to suit men. And I know that Daesung has undergone
It's
some
about being a rock
criticism.
star.
It's about being a rock star, right? So I'm anxious to, this has popped up on our recommendation list, so I'm anxious to take a look at it and see how it is interpreted from a female perspective. So,
I love this song. I've never actually seen the music video of this, but I love the song.
okay. I haven't heard the
I love
song other
CL.
than
CL
cover.
is just, she
It's badass.
is badass. Like, she's just awesome.
And we embrace that
We do.
wholeheartedly. So, all right, well, let's take a listen. Your voice is so distinct.
So there's the masks.
Big thanks.
Oh, it says you're beautiful.
No.
Rip the masks away.
That breaks my heart as a mama. Reminds me of like Pink's like Pills.
Well, and they said like the rocker attitude is very much like Pink.
Say no girls allowed.
Plastic zone. Oh
Nobody wants to love me, seriously.
no. Okay, well, they are obviously destroying the plastics.
I say mean girls.
Mean girls.
So I know I'm ugly. Ugh.
The lyrics are just, man. I love how this video is all about destroying that ideal and that like mindset of what's pretty.
Nobody wants to love me.
Awesome satire. Ugly girls not allowed. That's awful. Yeah, burn it down.
Blowing shit up. I love a bad
Burn, baby, burn.
apple.
Yes.
Before you said that.
Final thoughts?
Final thoughts.
This reminds me of when I messaged you about Layla's hemangioma.
Yes.
And I told
Yeah.
you, like, she had kids at church that were picking on her hemangioma. My daughter has a hemangioma that starts at her nose, like the bridge of her nose, and it goes all the way down, kind of like past her cheek area. And she had kids at church that were calling her brain face because it's just some red splotching almost, but it's kind of raised where her blood vessels are.
It's from birth.
And it's from birth, of course. But she sees mommy putting on makeup for Hallyu, and she's like, "Ooh, that's fun. That's pretty. I want to wear makeup." And so she asked mommy if mommy could use her makeup to cover her hemangioma. And I called Sabrina just crying. I was like, "No, it started." Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I hate the line, just like her, I want to be pretty.
yes.
So we all see someone else as prettier than we are. And just the fact
We're
that, I
trying to
mean,
compare ourselves to someone
yeah,
else.
yeah. And humans are not 2D characters. We're 3D, we're 4D, and that there's so much to us. I mean, we have our beauty, but we have our brains. I mean, we have our thoughts. We just have so
Strength.
much to give, and each person has something that makes them unique or special or beautiful in their own way. And it's such a shame that we have to define it, that we have to have standards. And we were just talking about this earlier with visuals and K-pop groups and how offensive it really is. I mean, we really should take a look at this and figure out as a society, as a global society, like that we don't have to all fit the same mold. And for someone who's a leader, someone who I'm not trying to pick on YG, the president, like don't come at me, guys. I mean, we took a lot of hate on the baby monster because of us saying like, wow, and it's not particular to one label. It's not even particular to K-pop. It's just this idea of society deciding what is beautiful, that majority rules, which in some cases that's a good thing. In some cases it's not. I mean, I'm an American historian, so I look at the founding fathers and they very much, James Madison looked at ideas of when it was important that the majority have a say, but that it was also important when the minority has a say as well. So who decides what the beauty standards are. I mean,
That's true. Like
are we
who
relying on entertainment? Are
who
we
gets to pick
relying
that?
on
Like,
right
and why do we
genetic?
allow them?
That's right. That's right. And what makes us beautiful? So it's a really sad thing when such a young child is already questioning something
I
that
know
she
she's
was
8.
born with that, in her opinion, may make her ugly. And it doesn't. It just makes her special and different. And that's beautiful in its own right. So I support the idea that we are all different and perfectly made, and there's nothing wrong with being slightly different than her or him, as the case may be.
Agreed.
So if you're a fan of 2anyone or this idea of badass femininity and
Yes.
breaking the standards that are across the globe for beauty, we would love
Or
to hear from
anything. Like,
you.
what else do we need to break the standards of?
Absolutely. Let's
Yes.
break it all.
Let's
Let's burn shit. Let's
We're on
blow
a
it to
vodka
anyone.
kick. Yes. What else can we
That's
just
right.
let's
This video begins with things blowing up. Let's blow up
right?
everything. Let's blow up these
We are
concepts and be more
breaking barriers,
accepting.
literally. They're breaking into like stores and blowing shit up. Let's rock this.
Absolutely. I've heard this new movie Barbie is has a really good
And I
message,
have
but
heard
I'm
that it has a
curious to
really, I have
see.
not seen it, but I've heard it has a really good message. So
Yeah, absolutely. And I love it because, Ryan Gosling, who plays Ken, gave his guitar to Jimin because he borrowed his outfit for
honestly, so that was so Hallyu too. Like
so
really so Hallyu.
so Hallyu that an American actor would acknowledge a Korean K-pop artist
For an outfit even, wasn't
for
it
an
like an
outfit. It
outfit?
was the
Like
outfit that Jimin wore in the PTD, like permission to dance
it was the
video.
black and
Black
white,
and
like
white, like white
fringed
tassels,
outfit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because they were going for a whole like cowboy look, and he borrowed Jimin's outfit, and he said Jimin wore it first, and Jimin wore
Wore
it
it
better,
better.
and that Ken doesn't even know how to play a guitar, so he was bequeathing his guitar, Ken's guitar, to Jimin. So, and then Jimin took it a step further and actually gave a
Like
response when he
and
received the
played it, didn't
guitar.
he?
He
Like
played it and everything. I mean,
it
because
was
Ryan
so
Gosling
cute.
said Ken wouldn't even know how to play it. So it was better served in Jimin's hands, and that shows the Hallyu-ness of it all.
So
So
perfect.
if we've learned nothing else, it's to accept something that's different than what we know as ours. So love it.
Loved it.
So yeah.
So perfect.
So if you're feeling this message, if you're feeling 2anyone's ugly, yeah, make sure that you like and subscribe down below so you see all the new content as it comes out. And if you're fans of 2anyone, give us some suggestion about what we should take a look at next. And if you like
Definitely.
drama,
Make sure you check out our Hallyu reviews where we tell you which dramas to watch, must watch, or skip.
that's right. Until next time,
Until next time, y'all. Annyeong.
annyeong. It's gonna drive